yogis, it's Michelle. Welcome to my live YouTube Power Yoga Club. It'll be about 75 to 90 minutes long, and we will go ahead and get started lying on our back.
Is the microphone on?
So when you're ready, go ahead and lie down.
No, it's not. Oh, your audio. Sorry.
Welcome to live YouTube yoga, Power Flow. Audio wasn't working before. I said some really great things, you missed it. Let's go ahead and get started lying on our backs. And for those of you who know me, know it means that we're probably going to do a little core cultivation. We'll work a little hard. We'll take our time. But just for now, let's hit the stop button on all the distractions of the day you had, the weeks before. Just allow everything to melt away the best you can. Using the tools of our practice to keep us present. So maybe you take those tools with you off the mat. One of the tools being the asanas, the poses. We use them to ground and to breathe and to be present. And the other is our breath. So start with your ujjayi breathing. Breathing in and out of your nose, creating audible sounds on and off your mat. Making each breath a little bigger and each exhale a little slower. So go ahead and just start with your ujjayi breathing. Start by feeling yourself ground, settling in, preparing yourself for practice. On your next inhale, let your belly drop down into the spine and spine down into the mat. On an exhale, bring your legs a little closer, squeezing the legs and the front body. On your next inhale, belly down, arms reach over your head. Stay right here to exhale. Now notice what you're feeling in your back, and there should be no space between your back and the mat. There's not an intense gripping in the lumbar region. This is what you want to feel in all of your standing poses. Take one more breath in. And on an exhale, bring your knees in, bring your hands to the front of your legs, lift up your head and give yourself a big hug. See if you can grab opposite elbows or wrists or somewhere in between. Go ahead, lower your head down. Take your hands on your knees and start to circle your knees around in opposite directions. And reverse it. Bringing the knees back in. Just take a moment here to set an intention or a centering thought that keeps you focused on your breath. And we'll begin with legs and tabletop, setting the pelvis. Take your hands onto your thighs. Push your legs against your hands. On an inhale, release your right. Keep pushing down pushing into the left hand. Exhale, bring the right leg back up. Inhale, lower your left, and exhale, lift. Inhale, lower right. Exhale, lift. We're only doing 10. This is 4. Inhale, exhale. So there's no action in your back. Your sacrum is flat. There is not an intense gripping in the natural curve, your lumbar. Your jaws relax, your neck. This is your last one on the right and your last one on the left. Keeping your knees here, take your hands up, and then we'll just do a traditional crunch. Lift up on an exhale, inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. 3, going for 10. 4, exhale, 5, exhale, 6, exhale, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hold. Reach your hands towards the top of the mat for 5, 4, 3. So imagine there's like a little tennis ball between your chin and chest. You don't want the chin on the chest. You don't want the chin all the way up. So somewhere right in the middle. 2 and 1. Yogi bicycle. Exhale is the elbow and knee meet. Inhale is the legs cross paths. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, exhale. 10. Exhale. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. 1 more. And then we'll go straight legs. Opposite hand, opposite foot. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. Hold it up on the right. Reach your hands past the right leg. So this class will push you to your edge, but if it pushes you to a place of frustration or where you're compromising your breath or spine in any way, back off, switch. So just 10 seconds, just holding, breathing. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We'll do one more. Reach your arms back and rest your head down. If this is too much, place your left foot down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring both knees in. Take your hands behind the back of your legs and begin to rock up and down your spine vertically. Inhale and exhale. So 1 or 2 more. And then we're going to roll ourselves up and over to a high plank pose. Stacking your shoulders over your wrists, your heels over your toes. Squeeze your butt here. Squeeze the inner thighs. Lift the low belly and the ribs. Take your right knee to your right elbow and back. Left knee, left elbow and back. Right knee, left elbow and back. Left knee to the right and back. So right, left, right to left, left to right. One more, right, left, right, left. Little bit quicker, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, left. One more. Nice. Lower down, sit back on your heels. Take a moment and breathe. In child's pose, also known as your resting pose. Take a little stretch over to the right. Take another little stretch over to the left. And then bring it back to center. Lift yourself up to all fours. Line the creases of the wrists inside of the elbows and shoulders up. The more you push into your hands, the more you're going to strengthen the arm bones and find a little protraction in your shoulders. and then your knees over your hips. And we'll start to wave the spine in cat-cows, just a few of them. Inhale, lift the gaze as you open up the front body, lift your tail. On an exhale, push away from the earth to protract your shoulders and round your spine. Inhale, this time, pick up your feet and tuck your toes. Imagine pulling your hands back by your knees. Exhale, keep your toes tucked, round and curl. Push away with the earth. Imagine pushing your hands slightly towards the front of your mat. And we'll take one more just like this. Inhale. And on the exhale, the tops of the feet come down. Awesome. Inhale, bring it back to neutral and dial your fingertips back towards your knees. And we'll just take a few circles around your wrist. Reverse it. Bring it back, fingertips face forward, and then flip your palms up. If it's too much to do both at the same time, alternate between the two. And from here, circle around your hips. And reverse it. Stay here, lean back. One more breath. Pick up your feet, tuck your toes for a brief pause. Reach your arms all the way up to the sky, inhaling. And then exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Turn your palms out where the back of the hands are touching and pressing together. And then little circles, lifting the fingertips up, rolling the wrist. Rolling the wrist. When the back of the hands touch, press. Reverse your direction. Press and sweep. Press and sweep. One more. Awesome. Bring your hands back to your heart. If your toes are getting too tired, flip to the tops of your feet. But if you can hang here for a few more breaths, do it. Right arm to the left. Your left elbow will wrap around the outside of the arm, and you look to the right. You can roll around your wrists or move your fingers, or just lingering here might be enough. Just finding your edge, that sensation for you to breathe into. Inhale as the arms open up. Take the right arm up, bend the elbow, take your left hand to the elbow and give it a gentle stretch here. Draw your front ribs in, belly in. Inhale, the arms open, and then the left side. Reach with your left hand to the right, look with your gaze to the left. Inhale, the arms open. The left arm comes up, elbow up, right hand to the elbow, gentle stretch. Ribs in, belly in. Inhale, reach your arms up. I know you're feeling it in your toes if you stayed there with me. Lift your feet up. Do whatever comes next. If tapping is for you or rolling the ankles, do that. I like to ride it out. I like to feel the sensation. I use my breath to distract me away from it as it fades away. And then we're going to tuck our toes again, lift the lower belly, lift the knees, and find your way back into turbo dog. Start to grip your mat with all 10 fingertips. Lift your heels, lower your shins as parallel to the earth as you can. If you want more, open up the knees and hold for another 5. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knees back together. If you opened them, send your hips skyward. Gaze towards your knees or your belly, and then lower your heels towards the earth, taking the weight out of your toes. If it feels good, pedal out your heels, left, right, left, right. If it makes sense, shake your head no and shake your head yes. And then we'll move from side to side, getting into the side body, making space there. Lift your heels, move your heels to the right. If you want more, tense your left fingertips, walk your fingertips forward. If you tented, lower the hand back down and then bend your knees, lift your heels. Dip the right hip a little more and maybe tent the fingers again. From here, find your way into a side plank. Sweep the left arm up, bicep by your ear, and then take another little circle with the left arm. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. And then the next time your hand crosses around in front of you, lower it down, find your way into a high plank. Lift your lower belly, lift your ribs, and squeeze your glutes for 5. 4. The more you push away from the earth, the more you're going to protract the shoulders and create more stability. And then squeezing the glutes will allow you to hold this a little longer. Bend the knees, move back, turbo dog. Inhale, lift the hips, downward facing dog. And then onto the other side. Lift your heels and move your heels to the left. And if you want, tense your right fingertips. You could also drop that left elbow. I forgot to offer that on the other side. Lower the hands if you tented. Bend the knees. Dip the left hip a little more, finding a little more sensation on the right side body. Tent the right fingertips again. And then inhale your way into a side plank. Inhale, reach with the arm. Start your circles. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more. Inhale. And then the next time the hand comes around, bring the hand back down, find your way into a high plank. Squeeze the glutes, push through the mat with your hands, tent all 10 fingertips. If it makes sense, drive your index finger knuckles down into the earth. One more breath. This time on an exhale, lower halfway, with or without your knees. Untuck the toes, lift your hips, and melt your heart. Grasshopper pose. Hold here for 5. 4. 3. 2. On 1, your inhale, you're going to slide it through, finding your version of a cobra pose. If you like a baby cobra, baby, or lifted, or the full expression. Imagine pulling your hands back by your hips and dragging your hips up by your hands, wrapping the elbows in and back. On your next exhale, lift up the hips, tuck your toes, find your way back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, lift your heels, look to the top of the mat, and take little baby steps all the way up. When you get there, separate your feet 2 fist distance. Grab a hold of opposite elbows. Keep your knees nice and soft. Any tension out of the legs. And surrender. Deep breath in, lifting the belly. Long, slow exhale out. Wrapping the ribs in, squeezing the belly in. One more breath here. Feel free to sway around side to side or forward and back. Release your hands, lift your lower belly, and slowly ragdoll your way all the way up to standing. When you get there, relax your hands by your side. Close your eyes and just take a moment to observe. Observe the earth beneath your feet, using the earth to support you, using your breath to anchor you. Lift the kneecap, zip up your quads, lengthen your tailbone towards your feet, your navel to your spine, ribs in and down, heart forward and up. On an inhale, you're going to reach your arms up and start to separate your feet the width of the mat or a little less or wider, depending on what you need. We're going to turn our heels out and toes, or heels in, toes out. And we're going to lower into our yoga squat. So only go as low as you can before your heels lift. If your heels lift, you stop lowering. If you can come all the way down, come all the way down. Bring your hands to your heart and take a few breaths here. On your next inhale, we're going to take the right hand over to the right, walk it out as much as you can, and inhale the left arm to the left. Take your right hand to your heart or towards your heart. Use your right arm to gently guide the right knee away. Use your left arm to find a little twist. Bring your hands back to your heart. And then to the other side. Lower the left shoulder towards the inside of the left knee. Reach your right arm up. Take your left thumb towards your heart. Feel the left elbow moving to the left as the right arm reaches out to the right. And bring your hands back to your heart. From here, we'll take the hands down, turn the heels back out, step back with your right foot, and then with your left foot, high plank pose. Inhale, squeeze the butt, lift the belly, wrap the ribs, shift the weight over the wrist. Exhale, lower halfway with or without your knees, or you can go straight to your belly. Inhale, cobra pose. On an exhale, lift the hips, press it back, downward facing dog. One more deep breath in here. On your next inhale, we're going to lift the right leg back and up and step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Look forward, pull the chest forward. Exhale, step the left foot next to your right or left hand. Turn your heels back in, toes out. Find your yoga squat. Maybe you got a little lower, maybe your heels sunk a little deeper. If you can, try lifting up the hand. On an inhale, we're going to drive through the heels and slowly rise to standing. Turn the heels back so the toes are facing forward. Inhale, look up. Lift your kneecaps, engage your quads. On your next inhale, look forward, turn your heels back in, bring your hands to your heart, and lower all the way back down. On your next inhale, your hands will come down. You'll lift up the hips and step your left foot back first, and then your right. High plank pose. Inhale. And exhale, low push-up. Tops of the feet. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. So good. If at any time you need to hit the pause button, Hit the pause button. Continue when you can. On an inhale, lift your left leg back and up. One more time. Step the left foot to the outside of your left hand. Inhale, pull the chest forward. On an exhale, step your right foot to the outside of the right hand. Lower your hips back down. Bring your hands to your heart. Breathe. It's all about the breath. Maybe reach your arms up for one more breath. And then drive through your heels and inhale, rise up, turn the heels back, toes forward. Exhale, find a back bend, lift the kneecaps, engage your quads. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Inhale forward, turn your heels in, toes out. Exhale, hands to heart. Lower your seat down. Bring your hands down. Inhale, lift the hips. Step back with your right foot and then your left foot. Take a deep breath in here. You can always skip your vinyasa. Exhale your low push-up. Inhale to cobra. And exhale, lift the belly, lift the hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your right leg back and up. Right toes face down. Zip up your quads, both legs straight and strong. Exhale, bring your right thigh towards your belly, knee towards your nose or forehead. Look between your hands, push away with your hands, lift the low belly and your pelvic floor, and the best you can, step your right foot up. Turn your left heel flat and cartwheel your way up to a warrior 2. Do the best you can to get your right thigh as parallel to the earth as possible. Right toes, ankle, and shin facing in the same direction. Your right knee aims over your second toe. The back foot that you're anchored the outer edge of the left foot, right heel lines up with the arch. Flip your right palm, take an inhale, reach forward, and then place your right forearm on your right thigh for Parsvakonasana, your side ankle. Inhale back up to warrior 2. Start to straighten out your right leg. Exalted triangle. Left hand walks down the right leg. Right toes are pointed. Right leg straight and strong. Inhale your way up. Triangle pose. Move your hips to the back of the mat. Reach with your right hand forward and then down to the outside or inside of your leg, or a block, or all the way down to the floor. Arms at 6 and 12. Pressing firmly into the outer edge of your left foot to open up the left hip and to tuck your right butt under. Inhale, rise back up. Find warrior 2. We'll do it again 2 more times. Right forearm to the right thigh, left bicep by your ear, or maybe this time you go to the ankle. Drive down with the right heel. Rise back up with a straight leg, exalted triangle. Open back up, triangle pose, hips move back, right arm reaches forward. Maybe that right hand goes down a little further. Maybe this time left bicep by your ear, maybe right. Keep opening up the heart to face the sky. Inhale, rise up. We'll do it 1 more time, warrior 2. Inhale, reach it forward, forearm, ankle, or all 10 fingertips reach forward. If you feel like you're leaning forward, you probably are, so lean back a little, keeping the shoulders aligned with your hips. Inhale, come up with a straight leg. Exalted triangle. Zip up your right quad. And then triangle pose. Slowly coming up, cartwheel your right arm in front of the body, gaze over your right middle digit, and exhale, cartwheel it all the way over. On an inhale, find three-legged plank pose. Pause here, squeeze the glutes and little pulses with the right leg for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the knee in, squeeze the heel up to your butt, navel to spine, lower and lift the knee for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step the right foot back, high plank. Deep breath in. Shift the weight over the wrist, wrap the elbows, low push up. Inhale, cobra. One more breath. On the exhale, lift your belly, lift your hips, downward facing dog. If you need that child's pose, take it. If you need to hit the pause button, pause. On your next inhale, left leg straight back, scissor hug the inner thighs, both legs straight and strong. On an exhale, bring the thigh towards your belly, knee towards your nose or forehead. Look between your hands and step your left foot all the way up. Turn your right heel flat so your left heel lines up with the back arch. Windmill your arms up, warrior two pose. Take a moment to set yourself up. Make sure looking inside your left knee, you can see your big toe because the knee tracks over the second toe. Shoulders over the hips. Your back arch is not pressing down, it's lifting up. So really ground into the blade of your right foot. Flip your left palm, reach forward, lower your left forearm to your left thigh. Bring your right bicep by your ear. As you inhale, come up, straighten out the left leg, and exalted triangle. Grounding into your front foot, reaching with your left hand. Bring it back, warrior two. Reach it forward, left forearm to the thigh or left hand to the ankle, bicep by your ear. Doing your best to keep your heart facing up. Inhale as you come up, straighten the left leg, exalted triangle. Oh, I forgot triangle. Bring it back, triangle pose. Move the hips back, reach with your left hand forward and down, arms at 6 and 12, or bicep by your ear. Slowly come up, warrior two. Left forearm to the thigh, or left hand to the ankle, or all 10 fingertips reach. Come up, exalted triangle. Triangle. maybe all 10 fingertips reach. Inhale, come back up. Find warrior two. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, cartwheel it over. Frame your left foot. Inhale, three-legged plank. Point your left toes. Lift and lower for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knee in, heel stays glued towards your butt. Lower lift, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Step it back, high plank. Deep breath in. Set yourself up for your low push-up. Halfway all the way with knees, no knees. Inhale, cobra. And exhale back. Downward facing dog. We're going to walk our hands back to meet our feet. Get a yogi grip, two-piece sign on the big toes. On an inhale, halfway lift. Bend your knees as much as you need to find a nice long neutral spine. Feel your belly lifting. On the exhale, feel your ribs drawing in and down. Take 2 breaths here. Shoulders move away from your ears. One more breath. We're going to soften the knees. Lift all 10 toes. Rise up through chair. Inhale. Exhale here. Inhale, push down. All 10 toes. Rise up. Find a little back bend. Lift the quads. One more breath. On an inhale, gaze forward. Soften your knees. Exhale, chair. Inhale, open up the arms and swan dive all the way over, forward fold. Bring your feet a little closer. Lift all 10 toes. Bring the knees together, chair. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Press the knee and elbow together. Press your 2 hands together to initiate the twist. Look over your right shoulder. Keep hugging your right hip back. Keep twisting from the navel center. So trying to get your ribs to go to the left. If you want more, one more breath, spread your wings. Hands come back to chair. Lower your toes. Inhale, rise up. Find a little back bend. Inhale, rise back up. Lift all 10 toes. Exhale, chair. Hands to your heart. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Press the knees together. Press left elbow and right knee together. Press your palms together to initiate the twist, looking over your right shoulder. Whew. Open up, spread your wings. Hands back to center, chair. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Rise all the way up. On an exhale, open up the arms and forward fold all the way over. Separate your feet, hip bone distance, and then walk your hands back out to a downward facing dog. On an inhale, lift your right leg back and up. Bend the knee and open up the hip. Gaze under your left armpit to keep the 2 shoulders parallel to the top of your mat. If you want more, flip your dog. Right foot lands lightly behind the left. Spin your heart to the sky. On an inhale, we'll pivot around, bringing the right knee in towards the belly. Pivot your left toes to the left. Lift your left arm up if you want, but you can keep it down and extend your right leg out. Hold for 5. If you want more, grab a hold of the foot and see if you can swing it around to the top of your mat. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Slowly bringing it back around and stepping your right foot up between your hands. Lowering your left knee, finding your way into an Anjaneyasana. Interlace your fingers. Don't let the knee go over your ankle. Keep it stacked right on top. On an exhale, bring your hands to your heart. On an inhale, bring your left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Lunge twist. Bring the hands together to initiate the twist. If you want a little more, lift your back knee off the mat. If you want even more, open up, spread your wings. From here, if the knee is down or up, it doesn't matter. You're going to bring your left hand 12 inches in front of your right big toe and find revolving half moon. And breathe. Don't worry how high the leg is. Just keep your right inner foot grounded, your right thigh engaged. Take your right hand to the back of your right ankle for a standing split. Stay there or take both hands. If you have a handstand practice, go there. On an exhale, we're going to curtsy all the way down. Left knee to the outside of your right foot. It's hot out here today. Right hand behind you. Inhale, left arm up. Take a deep breath in. And on an exhale, twist. Keep the twist. Look over your left shoulder. Bring it back around for another twist for about 5 breaths, or find an arm balance. Your left elbow and right leg are already where they need to be. Take your right hand down. Hands are shoulder width apart. Move your right hip onto the right elbow. Lean forward and see how you can lift your feet. If you lifted, slowly lower. This time, bring your arms all the way over to the right. Take your right knee on top of your left. A little push-up. And then take your hands to the right shin and fold. Or play with the idea of folding. And the next one is very challenging for me, but I'm going to do it with you anyway. It's not about perfection. It's about the effort. We'll start in boat pose, so you can use your hands. You can bend your knees. You can do whatever you want to make this accessible for you. So this is an inhale. Exhale, canoe pose, where you lower, feet are still elevated. Inhale, lift back up. That's 1. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. 2. Did I say 10? 3. Well, at least I didn't say 20. Inhale, up. 4. Exhale, down. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. Woo. We're going to cross at our ankles, bring our hands down, step, jump, or float right back to a low push-up. Meet me in down dog or child's pose. Use either or to slow down and smooth out your breath. On your next inhale, you'll lift your left leg back and up, bending the knee, opening up the hip. So your knee is the highest point on your body. Looking under your right shoulder to keep your left shoulder parallel to your right. Stay there. If you flipped your dog on the other side, flip it over here. On an inhale, circle it around. Pivot your right toes to the right. And then if you modify. If you kept the knee up or extended the foot out, or maybe you grab the foot. We're going to slowly take the left foot to the top of the mat. Lower your knee, untuck the toes. No, keep the toes tucked. Lift your arms, Anjaneyasana. Rising up and out of your low back. On an exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Bring your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. And prayer twist. Stay there or lift the back knee and open up, spread your wings. That back leg is straight and strong. Make sure it's not loose. You're firing up the quadricep, feeling it lift into the back of the leg. Whether your knee is up or down, gaze 12 inches in front of your left big toe. Lift your right leg, revolving half moon. Keep hugging the outer left hip back and spiraling your right thigh down. Take your left hand behind your left ankle for standing split. Or maybe challenge your balance and grab the left foot with both your hands. And then we'll curtsy all the way back down. Left foot or right knee behind left foot. Left hand behind you, right arm lifts. Inhale. And exhale, find your twist. Inhale your way back to center, your gaze, and then look over your right shoulder. And then coming back for another twist, or maybe an arm balance. Chaturanga arms. That left leg rests comfortably on top of your elbows, up towards your triceps. We'll slowly make our way down if we float it up and counter the pose. Halfway up, take your left knee on top of your right. Come back over and fold over your left thigh. Coming back up, coming back to your seat. Boat pose. Inhale. Exhale, canoe. Inhale, boat. Exhale, canoe. Inhale, boat. Exhale, canoe. Just two more. Inhale, boat. Exhale, canoe. Inhale, boat. Exhale, canoe. Inhale, up. Cross your ankles. Lean forward. Jump, step, float to low push-up. Or skip it and meet in down dog. Lift the hips. Down dog if you're not there already. And we'll lift the right leg back and up. Step the right foot up between your hands. And lower your left knee. Find half split or full split for 5. Pull your right heel back and left knee forward. 3. 2. 1 more. Tuck your back toes. See if you can lift the knee. Pivot to the left. We'll go for a twist here. Right hand about underneath your chin. Left hand to your hip or low back. Zip the quads. Move your gaze to the left and maybe the hand. Push down with your right hand to strengthen the right side body and keep lifting the right hip. One more breath. Lower your left hand and then bring your right hand to your right hip. Look to the right. Lift your right arm. As the right arm lifts, lift your left hip. Pressing into the outer edges of your feet, lifting up through the inner arches. Left arm is straight and strong. Right arm is reaching. And gently lower. Walk your hands out. 10 tall, 10 fingers. Send your hips back. 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. Bring the hands back under your shoulders. Bend your knees right and left a few times. And then bring it back around to a right side lunge. High plank, inhale. Exhale, low push-up. Inhale, cobra. On an exhale, lift your belly, lift your hips, downward facing dog. Inhale, lift your left leg. Exhale, step the left foot up between your hands. Lower the back knee, half split. Pull left hip back, right hip forward, lift low belly, lift the ribs. So your belly's not dumping on the thighs, it's lifting away from the thighs. Toes to the forehead, forehead to the toes. One more breath. Start to tuck your toes if that was possible before. Lift the knee. Pivot to the right. Runner stretch. Bend the right knee. Turn your right toes towards the back right corner of the mat and float your left toes up. Deep breath in. You can bring your hands to your heart. You can open up, spread your wings. You can go for a wrap and bind. The work is keeping that right heel down. So if you have a block and the heel is lifted, slide the block underneath your heel. Inhale, lifting up and over to the other side. Take your time. If I'm moving too fast for you, hit the pause button. Hands to the heart. Slowly lift yourself up. And then this time, we'll walk the hands back. Send the weight more into your toes, but keep your heels firmly grounded. Bring your chin towards your chest. Lift your belly to your spine and your sit bones to the sky. Bringing the hands underneath your shoulders. Bring your left hand underneath the chin. Lift your right arm up. Just one breath in. And on the exhale, thread it through. Grab a hold of your left foot, ankle, or leg, whatever you can grab. Walk the fingertips out or lift the left arm up to the sky, or I like a bind. Keeping my right hip from dipping in, I keep it lifting with that left hand. Bringing my right elbow as close to the earth as I can. And then one more final breath. If you want to bring that left hand through the whole of the right arm and left leg to grab your left ankle, feel free. Don't worry about your hips in this one. Gently release, soften your knees, rock it side to side. And then right hand down, inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread it through. Grab the foot, ankle, or leg. Feeling a nice stretch in the back body. One more breath, thread it through. And gently release. Hands down, bend the knees, right and left, left and right. And bring it all the way back around to a left side lunge. Step your right foot up to meet your left this time. Bend your knees, toes stand, heels up to your butt to your heels. Leave your hands on the floor for support or bring your hands to your heart. The best you can, lower your heels, open up your knees, find Malasana. If you have a crow pose here, feel free to fly for 5, for 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Lower your seat down, bring your legs together, and stretch your legs all the way out in front of you. On an inhale, reach your arms up. On an exhale, forward fold. So your spine stays nice and long the best you can. If you have a towel or a strap, now's the time to use it so we don't round. We find the space between the ears and the shoulders. One more breath here. On your next inhale, biceps by your ears, lift your low belly, rise up, and on an exhale, roll all the way down to your backs. Give yourself a moment to ground, to allow all the poses we did to sink in. Before moving into our pigeon pose, then bridge, then a twist. Take one more deep breath in here together. Open up your mouth and say, ah. Inhale, stretch your arms over your head. Low belly drops to the spine to the mat, legs together. Exhale the knees in, Head, neck, and shoulders lifting is an option. Lowering your head back down and preparing for your bridge pose. Feet are hip bone distance apart. If you like your heels nice and close, maybe you can grab a hold of your ankles. If you have anything going on in your low back, I recommend moving your feet a little further away from your sit bones. Inhale, let the belly drop down. Exhale, start to curl your tailbone up, lifting up to bridge. Lifting the chin and letting the chest puff up to the chin. Grounding into your inner foot, squeezing the inner legs, your inner thighs, not the glutes. Glutes are as relaxed as you can get in bridge. Option to stay right here with your hands, it's good enough. Or option to interlace your fingers underneath you. Lifting your chin off your chest, pressing down with your feet to lift up in the thighs. Another option would be to reach your arms over your head, tops of the hands down, palms face skyward. And then final option, my favorite, is full wheel. Press down in order to lift up. Notice if your toes went out, try to bring them back in. Just a few more breaths. If you want to lift your right leg, inhale. And lower. Left leg, inhale. And lower. One more breath. And we'll lower down on the next inhale. Meeting in dead bug pose for 5, 4, 3, 2. Roll around your wrists and ankles a few times, wiggling your fingers and your toes. And then we'll take the left foot down, grab a hold of your right ankle, place it on top of your left leg. Use your right hand to guide, push the right knee away, and your left hand to pull the left knee in. If you wanted to thread your hand through the hole, you can do that. I happen to like the push of my right knee away. On your next inhale, we'll lower the left foot and lift your right leg up. Walk your hands up the back of the right leg for a gentle hamstring stretch. Roll your ankle once or twice in both directions. And end with a flex foot. So the right heel drives to the sky as the right hip presses down. Cross your right knee over the left. Relax your hands on either knee or grab a hold of your feet and squeeze your heels towards your hips. Meet me in dead bug pose for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roll around your wrists and ankles. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Place your right foot down. Left ankle on your right thigh. Left hand on the inner left leg. Right hand grabs the shin or the back of the leg, whichever is easier to grab. Using our breath to keep us fully present in our practice, fully present within each pose. One more inhale here. Lower the right foot. Lift your left leg up for gentle hamstring stretch. Roll around the ankle a few times in both directions. Drive the left heel up and the left hip down simultaneously. Cross your left knee over your right. Grab the feet. Rest your hands on either knee. It's up to you. And back up to dead bug pose. Rolling around the wrists and the ankles, wiggling your fingers and toes. We'll take a knee down twist so the right knee comes in, the left leg out long. Once the heel touches, relax both your feet. Take the right knee towards your right shoulder and then take the right knee with your left hand to the left knee down twist. Right arm out to the side or cactus your elbow. One more breath. And bring it back to center. Lift your right leg up. Slide your left knee in and switch. Bring left knee, left shoulder. And then with your right hand, guide your left knee to the right. One more breath. Inhale, center. Bring the left knee in. Lift the left leg up. Lift your right leg. Bring your right knee in. Lift both legs up. Roll around the ankles. And before we end, a little core cultivation. Feet together. Head up. Reach for your toes for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the hands out in front of you. Squeeze your legs together as if they were one. Lower on an inhale. Exhale and lift. That's one. We're going for 5. Inhale, flex your feet and lower. Lower back stays down. Exhale, point your toes and lift. Inhale, flex and lower. Exhale, point, squeeze and lift. Exhale, flex and lower. Inhale, point, squeeze and lift. Exhale, flex and lower. And as usual, I lost count, but it feels like 100 to me. So this will be the last one. Flutters for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cross. Right over left, left over right. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees in. Rock your ears right and left. We'll take one happy baby here. If you want to kick into your hands, straightening out your legs the best you can, do that. Keeping your tailbone grounded, lower belly pressing into the spine, spine into the mat. Bring the soles of your feet together. Place your feet down between your legs. If you have a big space between your low back and the mat, I recommend placing your feet on a block. We'll hold it here for 5 breaths. We'll bring the knees together to decompress for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your feet together and then slowly move your right foot to the right corner of your mat. Let it flap open like a book, and then your left foot. Palms up, somewhere relaxed, maybe a little bit off your mat. Create a little space between your lips. Return to normal breathing, where the breath effortlessly flows in and out. Thank you so much for taking time to practice, to flow with me. Infinite blessings and gratitude. Namaste.